Oh shit!
How you doing, guys? Micaah Joseph, production manager here at Chinatown Market, and today I'm going to teach you how to use a vinyl cutter. All right, so interesting enough, when I first started at Chinatown, like maybe 2.5 years ago, like everything was with this vinyl cutter right here, and then we have this, which is like flock. So in order to use a vinyl cutter, of course you need a vinyl cutter. This one's a little bit more expensive, but there's some out there that you can probably find for like maybe $300 or less. You'll need a laptop so that you can send the artwork from your computer to the vinyl cutter. And of course you'll need like vinyl or whatever type of material you want to put on your t-shirt. Oh, and also a t-shirt. What I'm going to use today is I'm going to use flock. We have this black flock right here, black flock, black flock, black flock. I'm going to use this black flock as well. So you guys all know like the OG Chinatown Market, like smiley. That's what I'm basically gonna do. You need a computer. This right here is a weeder. This basically like just takes all the material up. A blade just to like basically cut the vinyl when it's done. So I already have the graphic preloaded onto here. Since the graphic I'm doing, it has a background, I'm gonna cut this black circle first, and then I will lay this down first on the t-shirt. So now I just saved the background of the smiley, which is gonna be cut with yellow vinyl. All right, like I said, I'm gonna cut this yellow circle first.
That's correct.
So there's rollers on the back. I don't know if you guys can see, you probably can, but there's rollers and like a lever to the left side, which basically tightens the vinyl so that it doesn't like move. There's kind of like these lines on here. It's like boxes, and then you have to line up the rollers to be in these boxes. So if you don't line them up in the boxes, it won't cut right. So this right here basically like is what cuts the vinyl. Like you can barely see it, but it's like a 45 degree blade. If you have the blade too far out, then it's probably gonna just cut through the entire vinyl. Some materials are thicker than others, so like you can like maybe bring up the blade a little bit. Vinyl is loaded in. Basically what you wanna do is just hold down origin. Basically just like lets the vinyl know where to start cutting. And then you just click cutter and then cut. And it'll cut.
You need to cut it!
First things first, I got my circle. It should weed off pretty easily. If it doesn't weed easily, like when you're pulling it up, that means that either the force is too low. So there's also another thing too, there's force. It's important to use a vinyl cutter when you're making samples because it's like, you can just basically cut your design out and like, even if you don't have like a heat press, you can just place it on top of the tee. Now I'm gonna take off this yellow flock. We no longer need it. As long as I made the circle the right size, we won't need it again, but we'll see. And then I'm gonna grab the black flock for the smiley face with the CTM text. Whenever you like remove vinyl, you always press enter on the machine, just so it like basically like sends the vinyl cutter back home. Just don't forget to press origin, so like it basically just lets the vinyl cutter know where to start cutting. Don't have like the vinyl like tight, because sometimes it will just pull. All right, so this is done being cut. Pull this down. Sometimes the vinyl is pretty dark. So like when you cut, basically when you cut the vinyl off the machine, just like always just make sure that you're not cutting through the graphic. See like this one, as you guys can see, like the blade was not far enough, so I gotta cut another one. Sometimes that you do have to change like the force and like the amount of needle shown for the vinyl to be cut. This one looks a lot deeper, so I think this one will be good. Let's try this again. Tips for weeding. I like to like kind of pull out like all the inside stuff. So like when you have like letters and stuff, like the inside of the A's, just so like when you pull the vinyl, you can just like pull the remainder of the excess. If you don't have a heat press, like if you grab like an iron and like apply a lot of force, you can more than likely get the vinyl onto the t-shirt. That's done. Everything looks good. It's like a double layered graphic. What I'll do is like just place this on top. The circle isn't too big or too small, just so when you press it, like you don't see like the white part of the t-shirt. Since this is like a double, 2 layers, I kind of just like place on the t-shirt as well, just so I can like figure out like the best placement. And then typically like all t-shirts, the graphic will start like about 3 to 4 fingers down. Unfortunately, you can't just press both of them at once. You gotta like press the yellow circle on first, because you gotta pull back the backing of the vinyl. Typically all materials, are 330 degrees. All materials vary as well. Like some you'll peel them instantly. Some, like with flock, it's like a peel cold type material. But with like 3M, which you use a lot of like vinyl, it's like a peel hot material. So like you'll basically just press it and peel it. Like with this one, I basically pop this up and then I'm gonna throw this t-shirt like face flat just so that it can cool. This material is like a little bit thicker and like the adhesive won't stick as well unless it's like it's on a cool surface. But now that the flocking is cool, basically just peel that off. And then I always just like, once I'm done peeling everything, I just give it like a little secondary press just to make sure that all the glue is in there, it's good, it's sticking. So like when you wash it the first time, like it doesn't just fall off. Just about like 3 seconds. It's good. And then now we're gonna do Chinatown Market with the smiley. All right, so basically just gonna press, like 8 seconds should be good. And then once again, gotta let it cool down. The yellow circle on the back, and then we got the Chinatown Market text with the smiley face on top. And that's how you use a vinyl cutter. All right, thank you guys for watching. My name is Micaah. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and watch more episodes of The Blueprint here at Chinatown Market.